Oh, hey guys. You know, I don't know what's cooler, my hotel right here, the Centrum Dikul, or the fortress right behind it on the other side of the street. The same one that was blocking me from being able to, to get over here. But both are really cool. And yeah, I mean, geez, you should see my room. For like less than $50 a night. It's a steal. Hey guys, been traveling a lot lately. Been mainly staying in like apartments, but tonight I'm staying in a hotel for under 200 zloty. It's like $49 for the month, for the night, and I love it because, well, number one, I got air conditioning, which it's 35, 36 degrees out. It's like 95 degrees Fahrenheit. It's wicked hot. But check this out. I got a nice big bathroom. I think this room was meant for like a handicapped person, but I don't care. I like the colors. It's huge. Right across the hallway right here, we'll call it the hallway. Look how big this closet is. Look at all this. If I was staying here for like more than a night, this would be awesome. And they have an iron. And then, to top it off though, check this out. We got a couch, a huge workstation right here, beautiful view of the fort, a TV, another workstation, and then look at this, 2 twin beds. This room is the biggest hotel room I've had in a while. And then last but not least, how many people can brag that they have a fort right across their door? So good deal tonight. Good deal. Good deal for sure. And this section of town is really cool. Like, so right across the street, that's the military museum, which if I hadn't spent all my money touring, spending all that money in that previous tourist location in the lakes part of Poland, probably would be worth checking out. Look at that mural. It's interesting. 2016. And then of course there again is the hotel. Here's the military museum. And we are heading not to the church, but to a different group of churches. These wonderful churches that happen to be across on an island. So we are walking along Nowy Swiat and heading yonder. I think. We'll see. There's Hotel Jazz again. That's my landmark. Almost stayed there until I found the other place. But I don't know. I think I like where I chose. And look at this little view. Look at this hidden right in here. As we cross the bridges, you got these the waterway right here. And it wouldn't be Poland if there wasn't construction. I think I'm gonna make a hat or a t-shirt that has that. I'm gonna sell it, gonna make millions. Look at that view. It's beautiful. Now, if I remember right, a couple years ago, there was quite a flood down here. I remember it because I was looking up information about the city of Opole, which is downstream, and Kłodzko. I think it's Kłodzko. But different cities that follow the river. Yeah, I thought this city would be different, but no, I see that dreaded all-terrain tour vehicle giving people the views of the cathedrals and the panoramas and all that other fun stuff. Meanwhile, I'm giving you a walking view. This is really pretty, actually. We've got to go farther down, but it's nice to see the city from a different vantage point. You know what I mean? I got stopped. Some woman was pushing her child. And of course, because I look like I know where I'm going, she was asking for directions. So I had to give the normal response. Nie mówisz po polsku. And I shrugged my shoulders. And then she kept talking. Not louder though, so I was happy. She said, okay. On the other side of the river, got some restaurants there. La Maddalena, Martim, and then the marina. Those look like a good time if you're into that. I'm into not. Unless someone wants to pay. So we're in Grodzka right now. You'll note this very big, beautiful building to our right. Not sure what it is, but definitely worth looking at. So we have to keep passing different ways, but there's like 2 more bridge crossings until we take ours. But I just wanted to show you the water. Looks like there's a cool looking church to our right over here, but I'm committed to staying on this side of the street and cutting over to these cathedrals that I basically saw when I was looking at hotels. This is back when I lived in Krakow when I was teaching there. I would look at hotels over here, and periodically I'd be like, okay, is this a possibility? Is this one? And some of the cooler hotels were over on one of these islands. I think it's maybe this one. I don't know. Would be a nice day to be on one of these boats, though. I will agree to that. I mean, look at it. When it's just hot out, you just kind of want to feel the water. A little bit of history here. I mean, look at this cute little bridge across the Oder River, or the Odra. Odra? The same river that we've seen when we were up in Szczecin. And then it comes, well, actually it comes up from here up there. I never realized that at first. I thought that the river actually started up in the Baltic Sea, and yeah, it's just what happens. You live in different areas, you don't realize the direction of water. This building, pretty. And I think we're turning up here. We'll see soon enough, guys. Well, this is cool. This girl had a bell on her bike, so I didn't feel that bad when she rang it, so I knew to get out of the way. She's very polite. I like that. So we should have taken that cute little island. I didn't realize it crossed over, but that's okay. What a beautiful afternoon this is turning out to be. It's still freaking hot. Ooh, little cafe down there. I know my hand's like crazy off of trying to figure out what to see, what not to see. Beautiful buildings right here. I really feel more like a tourist here than I have in like other Polish cities. I don't know why that is. It's just kind of the feeling that I get when I'm walking around. Maybe it's also because I don't have my bag with me anymore. I was able to check into the hotel room. Now, I'm going to point out a building too, and this is their open market, which seems to be covered, but it's their open market. So this is their Targova. I don't know if it's open right now or not. I swear I read that it was closed. Maybe for today? I don't know. Point is, there's the Targova. If you're into shopping and buying stuff and food, you go there. If you're cool like me, you're going straight, zigzag over to check out our church. That's our goal. And we're going this way. Look at this. Onto the island bridge. Probably should have not gotten stuck behind slow people. Look at the canals right here. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Can tell we're getting into a more, I don't know, touristy area. Although it is all touristy, but just by like the trams are more crowded. Oh, beautiful. So what do you guys think? It's a slightly different walking tour, I know, but definitely one that we're taking. Enjoy. Know what I mean? Everyone taking up the sidewalk. Typical. We'll cut into this small church right here. It's a small church. It's the conservatory for the university, and it is in fact closed. But to our right, there is a building open, so we will see if we can zigzag across and see what's going on in this baby right here. Quiet street, All right, let's check this out. They have something about the sacraments. Make sure you're quiet. Well, this is different. See how they block this off in different aspects. It's a beautiful church. I like that church. It's got like a nice, it has like a nice, it's like an airy feeling to it. I like it better than the previous church we walked into in the first vlog. But for whatever reason, they had those double blocks of gates. So as you walk by, you see the church is massive, massive. But there's nothing we can do to actually get closer. Now this is a cool island. I mean, look at the little building, like, look at the decorations on the buildings right here. There's a restaurant right here, the Indian Island. But there's some nice, like, decorations, crosses, some statues. I'm walking on the dead grass, which I shouldn't be doing, but I wanted to show you over here. So again, you got another series of bridges here that takes you across into that section of town. More canals. This is where we're heading, directly there. And then here's the church we just came out of, which, God, it's beautiful. No pun intended. It's awesome. And we have our own little bridge to cross. Or should I say to bear. So as I walk by, we got St. Hedwig and St. John. And we're walking from the Ostrów Tumski, which is Cathedral Island, which is directly there in front of us. Or this was Cathedral Island. Oh God. Here they are again. This is even worse. It's got love locks on them. So one of these is Cathedral Island. I think this is Cathedral Island, based off of the sheer number of churches I'm seeing in front of us. It's pretty cool. I mean, especially, and wow, the river, it's beautiful, guys. I know the camera's going everywhere, but I'm giving you what my head is doing right now. It's like a swivel board. We're just kind of zigzagging, looking at anything and everything right now. Wow, so cool. You get some ice cream stands, little restaurants along the way. Beautiful. I love how, like, the cathedral right here, it's just there. It's calling you. It's calling you in. Almost as much as this guy here with his cross in this other church. So we got the guy on the cross right here. These nice, colorful buildings. But then we're gonna go in here, maybe, and take a look. Can you take a look at this one? Look at this, guys. I'm telling you, this is like, if you like churches, this is your day. This is your day. We might even be able to say that this city was touched with the Holy Spirit. All right, here we go. And if you have climbing issues, these are not the stairs to take. This is from the 1500s. Well, this is an interesting one. So, I don't have any cash on me on purpose. But in order for you to, I guess, tour in there, you have to give money towards their organ donation. That's what they're calling it. So it's 10 zloty. It's not that much. I would have given it, but I don't have any money. So that's what you got. You you got a really crappy look at that church. Whatever. I will say on a side note, you probably could save money by not doing that and by not having someone there, just have a collection box. This whole street though, everything's got like religious insignias. Like this is the canon's house of the Holy Chapter. Which the first like canonical curia, I think is what they said. So I guess like the church law was established here in the 1400s. So all of these houses have like some importance to them. And if you're hungry, a restaurant. Walking by the bishop's residence of Pope John Paul. Pope Jean Paul of II. Nah. Okay, Pope John Paul II stayed here on May 31st to June 2nd and 1997. Oh, okay, well. So this is the bishop's residence. As you can see, it's looks very poor. Really embracing those vows. And that's not me trying to be jaded. I'm just trying to point out that it's interesting because the Pope Francis, one of the first things that he did when he took office is he said, I'm not going to have a gold cross, I'm going to have a wooden cross. And I don't need to be in the typical papal quarters. I can just stay in a two-bedroom, in a two-room like apartment. And I don't know if he's, stayed in that apartment or if he moved into the papal quarters. But the point is that he doesn't want it to be about him, about his position. So it's interesting because you see these big homes, and you wonder, like, does the bishop really need that? So let's check out this church. What's the over/under that they charge us? If they do, it's going to be the shortest tour ever. This is definitely Cathedral Island, though. It's all churches. So I'm walking around and seeing everything. Oh, it's darker in here. So here's the irony. This is what I was talking about. That other church needs to do that. Wow, different vibe. Completely different vibe. So there is an observation deck, and you can pay for a ticket to do that. It's weird. It's the sacrament right here. But you can't really see anything in here. It's like under renovation. Look at all the seats where the clergy would sit. Cross. Huh. That's weird. I know I've said that twice now, but it is. It's like I don't understand. It's like you can't even get to like the good stuff in there. Again, though, you can go all the way up to the observation tower, and you can look out on the city. I know people that do that. But for me, I want to get a little bit closer to things. It kind of just defeats the purpose. Huh. Yeah, I'm kind of speechless. Thrown for a bit, actually. All right, here's St. Giles Church. And this is the extent. This was the first church here in town. I mean, I get it. They don't want people trekking through stuff, but you're limiting my views. But anyway, this is the oldest church in town. It was erected in the late Romanesque church in Wrocław, built in 1220. I don't mean to sound American, but I feel a bit let down right now. Then again, I didn't really know what to expect, but if I was going to be gauging my whole trip off of this, I'm glad I didn't. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, guys. I'm sure there's like religious communities also on this island, if you will. I just saw a woman in her habit. And I like the idea of it. It's just, it's sort of like when we were just in P-Town, we went to Cathedral Island as well. And I don't know. I guess it just doesn't do anything for me having been to Przemyśl. If you guys want my first Przemyśl, well, yeah, my first Przemyśl one, Przemyśl, I'll put a link right here. You know, you can't, in that video, it just had a different vibe, a different energetic vibe that I really liked with the churches. Here, I don't know. I feel like it's church college town without the spirit. You know, and one thing just to add too, when you see, for example, the bishop's residence, and you see the extravagance of this area, I don't know if that second church we went into, the one that we had to pay, if that's even connected to this. But whether it is or not, it's not like that there's not money to go around to help this situation, to like pay for these things. Here's a highlight for me. Here's a beautiful tree. Look at the character on this thing. Look, it's got that painted bark. I mean, it's naturally, it reminds me of a tree in Brindisi that I used to walk by and I was in love with, where I would like try to befriend it whenever I came over to it. What a beautiful shaded tree. See, this is what you like. This reminds me of the giving tree. You remember that story? The little boy and his favorite tree. Well, in this case, this could be the giving tree. Look how big it is, providing shade and letting the kid climb up and play on it. But the difference is that this kid wouldn't ask him to use himself for a house. No, he's too beautiful for that. Wow. Awesome. Highlight of my walk, the giving tree. I'm not very impressed with this church, but I will say as I leave and head towards off the island, look at the detail though of these characters, of these carvings they have on the tree. On the church itself. It's prettier than what was on the inside. All right, guys, we're heading. Let's head somewhere that's less. Let's head somewhere where we can't be crossed. But don't worry, I'll be here for the rest of the video for further jokes. Another one of the riffraff have shown up. I didn't notice him as a beggar, but I guess that's exactly what he's doing where he is. He's begging right in front of the good churches. Typical gnome, causing problems. But what I didn't notice is that people plopped him down over here instead. So it's not on the Tumski Bridge. Instead, it's right here. I mean, personally, I'll say this. I'm happy that I managed to find where people put their locks. I think it's cool. And yeah, sure, you know, the locks are going to rust, they're going to break. But at the end of the day, it's kind of a nice romantic gesture, I think. It's a representation. It's cute. So that's my stance on it. Even if the dwarves, gnomes, trolls, whatever we want to call them. So we're on another bridge, but I wanted to give you a different vantage point of the river on this basically a scenic walking tour day. You might even be able to hear the cathedral in the background. I'm sorry, the clarinet in the background. And we're gonna walk across right here. And not get hit by the cappy. do like the water. It's nice. It's a nice touch. Here's a cute little cafe right on the water as well. It's the Pizza and Bread Factory. I don't know if you can see it next to me. I think it's a breakfast place that it looks like a tugboat a little bit right there, that boat. We are still on the island, on a different island. I didn't stop at the pizza place, as tempting as it was, because I had pizza 2 nights ago. Good old Oroker? Is that what it's called? Oroker? I don't know, it's my preferred brand. Oh my god. Kind of concerned right here. What the heck is this? What is this? Oh, you know, I got completely chilled in my hotel room, and now my body's like, why are we out here at like the hottest time of day? Why, John? Why? I think my official answer would be, if I had a girlfriend. Yeah, I'm scouting for future walking spots for my future girlfriend. How's that? Is that a good enough reason? I will say, in all seriousness, is at least if you do the trek over to the Cathedral Island, you're not that far from Old Town. You just cross over a couple bridges, and then boom, you're right back into it. So, something to consider. Although I think I'd prefer this on a winter day. Yes, there's that comment again. In the cold. Yes, please. And for my beverage drinkers, they have these nice waterside vistas for you. You can enjoy a drink and take it all in. Some artists busy at work. And then that's where we came in on, right over there. I will say, I like the energy better in this part of town than the train station. I think it has more to do with the water and the river. And yes, I know the water and the river are the same thing. The point is that your proximity to this, I think, really helps. All right. Haunted house, anyone? I like the architecture of the building right there. This whole corner. Lviv croissants. Now those look good. Nice and fat and plump. And see on the front of this building right here, got these 2 guys. What I have noticed is some options. There's a milk bar, there's a kebab place, there's an oriental place right here. We have not had Chinese food in this area. Might be worth trying. But I have to be honest, when I look at the pictures, it does not look that appealing to me. It makes me feel like, maybe you should pass on that. Maybe that should be a hard pass. And then the milk bar, while it's cool, I don't know, it also scares the heck out of me. Even though I know typically they're good. This pizza place looked promising until they said they had smoked tofu. Which, who the heck wants smoked tofu? So yeah, got a taco place right here. That's cool. So yeah, I'm kind of at a loss right now. Now, I actually did have some recommendations as to where to eat, but I'm nowhere close to any of them. Well, I guess we'll just continue walking. Look, this is part of the University of Wrocław campus. Nice and colorful building. Wow. Actually, I'm glad we went this way. Look at it. It's pretty. Look at this. So here's where they dammed up the water. And then when it's overflowing or whatnot, and then they release it down here. Cool. And now, always a fan of different murals. It's covered by the trees, but there's something going on right there. And then directly across the street at Cafe Rozrusznik is you got this little guy here that's trying to go to sleep. Huh. It's an interesting street, actually. All right, well, I stopped off at Cafe Rozrusznik. It's really cute inside, but now it's getting crowded. There's a family that showed up with their little kids, and I decided I would eat out here. So I'm just waiting for a tea, and they didn't have carrot cake. They were all out. But I think I got something even better. I'll show you. Just to kind of give you a outside view of the place. There's only one person actually like working here right now. And it's interesting to put it in comparison. Like, it's only like $1 less than what I paid for lunch. Now, granted, I went cheaper for lunch, but just perspective for cafes. I forget how expensive they can be. I love it. I have a ton of tea. And then look at this beauty right here. Ooh-wee. All right, here we go. Gonna take a bite. This thing's gonna fall. So this is basically a brownie. It's like a giant chocolate brownie. And it tastes like chocolate mousse. It is awesome. Good God, it's rich. Love it. I'm gonna have to wash it down with my tea. All right. Well, we're leaving the cafe now. What I was gonna say though, which is kind of cool, is the buildings right here are back from the 1890s. So not that I can show you a good vantage point from this perspective. We'll cross the street. But look at this right here. Does this mean you're welcome to like free for the Aperol Spritz or no Aperol? I don't know. I'm just trying to find a pizza place where I could just buy a slice. When I was in Krakow, I had a place right next to my apartment, like literally like a block away, and I could just walk down to it. Look at this building. So here, let me show you the stretch now. So there's the cafe, and then right above it is this building from the 1890s. And then next to it, it's the same thing. And then, of course, next to it is also the same thing. What a cool street. And there was a pizza place right there. If I don't see, like, it looks like there's like something by the slice, it just isn't worth walking in. Even though I just had that delicious brownie cake slice. Oh my God. I didn't expect to have that today. But when I went onto my phone looking, I saw the sign for the cafe, and I was like, let me just see what they have. And they had a picture of a slice of carrot cake, and I was like, oh my God, that's what I need. Or red velvet. But I walked in there and I didn't see it, but then I saw that lonely brownie cake. Yeah, and I took one for the team, for you guys. See those buildings across the way? That's where we are. We just have to cross the bridge. I don't know if this is going to happen. Maybe we'll have to swim. And with the river to our left, I am walking very slowly back to the hotel. And I don't know, guys, I think it's time. I think it's time to bid you adieu. And we'll pick this up again in our next city. A special one. You'll see. All right, guys, thanks for tagging along. Until next time. Peace.